Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut. In the previous episode, we found Herr Winters, only to discover he was not in the best of conditions. But we managed to find some DVDs that may shed some light on the situation. First things first, let's talk to all our friends, see how they're doing after the run, including Dante. You look down to see a pair of bright eyes set into a scruffy face looking back up at you. Dante, Monica's old dog. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. On some instinctive level, he must know that his master is gone. Dante lets out a small whine, then rubs his head against your leg. Pet him. Trust me when I say this, you want to be nice to Dante every opportunity you get. Trust me on this. Hey boss, Dietrich gives you a slight nod. What can I do for you? How are you holding up? You seem to take Monica's death harder than the others did. Dietrich shakes his head, wistful expression on his face. Nah, no harder, but I'm less buttoned up than the others are. Girl never let herself show any weakness, and Glory, well, she's too full of chrome to feel much of anything. He shrugs. Me? I don't give a damn. I spent too much of my life putting on a show for others already. What do you mean by that? I used to front a punk band, way back when. Believe it or not, I've spent a pretty good chunk of my life on stage. Whenever we weren't playing, I was living up to our fans' expectations. Spouting off, getting into fights, getting drunk, getting laid. Not a bad life, all things considered. How'd you go from fronting a band to running in the shadows? It wasn't as big a leap as you'd think. I already had a healthy disrespect for authority, and I had the magic to back it up. One nice thing about shamanism, as long as you keep your idol happy, it doesn't matter what else you do. The Dragon Slayer chose me to be his servant, and as long as I was scrapping with someone bigger than me, he didn't much care whether I did it on stage or in the shadows. You can sing? He regards you with a critical eye. I was the front man for a punk band, boss. F no, I can't sing. He grins, but that wasn't half bad at riling up a crowd. What was it called? Maybe I've heard of it. Oh, I doubt it, boss. We never really got any airplay. Come on, Dietrich, tell me. Alright, boss. If you insist, the band was called Messerkampf, spelled just like it sounds. Big capital letters with an exclamation point. We weren't a big act or anything. We sold a few records here and there, toured around Europe. We had a decent following in England, and we holed up in London from 31 to 36. Spent most of our time slumming it around the East End, and picked up enough Cockney to irritate the folks back home. He shakes his head. Truth be told, that whole chapter of my life is a bit of a blur. We didn't do it for the fans or the fame. We sure as shit didn't care about money. All that mattered to us was staying young and drunk and angry. He takes a moment to examine his gnarled hands, a sad smile on his face. We managed the second two. Good God, where has the time gone? Dietrich shakes himself from his reverie and looks back up at you. That familiar, easy grin returns to his face. Well, anyway, boss. Everything ends eventually, and I washed my hands of all this years ago. So let's change the subject, if you don't mind. Tell me about the Dragon Slayer. He shrugs. Not much to tell. You chose me when I was just a kid. I could always feel him in my heart, goading me to laugh louder, hit harder, and get rowdier than the rest. Of course, my family didn't understand, but the hell with them, I thought. I knew I was destined for greater things. So I listened to him, and I cracked the skulls of a lot of bad people. He saw this, and was pleased, and rewarded me with magic, and I used that magic to crack bigger, thicker skulls, and so on. He shrugs. It's a simple, but a good one. A simple life, but a good one. Any thoughts on the last run you'd like to share? Well, we found Winters. That's something, I guess. This whole thing has me feeling uneasy, boss. But at least we have a direction to look in. Yeah. Take it easy, boss. Oh boy, let's quick save before going up against Iger. Look. I owe you an apology. Damn right you do. Angry, huh? Well, that's okay. We've got a right to be. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise, but I took that anger out on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Death hurt. I got carried away, and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. There are a few things that I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see wariness behind your eyes. Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Remember what Monica said. Do not flatter her. I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me in front of the team again, you're going to regret it. That's a promise. She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Talia. I won't question your competence again. Not in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have concerns about you. That's your prerogative, but don't forget who leads this team. Don't worry. I won't. She turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run. And you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. Good. She knows who's in charge, and she knows I've got backbone to back it up. Hi, Talia. What do you need? Hey, Glory. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now it doesn't. I've got a question for you of the personal kind. I'm not big on sharing, sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. Sure, I understand, but I still need to talk to you. Glory lets out a weary sigh. Ask your questions, but do it quickly. I have things to do. You can't have started running from the shadows much more than 5 years ago, tops. So what's with the vintage chrome? It was cheap. It gets the job done. She shrugs. End of discussion. I don't think so. I've known a lot of street Sams in my time, but I've never met anyone who'd voluntarily install cyberware that old. You're right. There's more to it than I'm letting on. But I'm not interested in talking about it now. Can't help but notice you seem guarded, withdrawn. That's my problem. I'm none of your concern. If whatever happened to you has impaired your ability to trust me, then it is my concern. Come on, Glory. Talk to me. Trust is earned. I don't know you yet. Maybe later, when we get to know one another better, we can talk. For now, I'd prefer if you dropped it. Fine. And lastly, we're hitting up the mission computer. Your workstation and mission computer, the command center for your team's operations, and your last link to the memory of Monica Schaefer, blah blah blah. No new unread messages. Instead, we're going to access the Shadowrun BBS and claim payment for sold pay data. Pending transactions. Antiquity's delivery schedule was sold. Yeah, not bad. This isn't going to be your main way of getting money. Just to keep that in mind. Alright, let's search for relevant. Where to find elves? Is there any elf clubs or bars in the downtown area? I really want to meet one. They're just so beautiful. Maybe we can go dancing? Do elves like dancing? There's one on Torststrasse. Bring a bouquet of roses. Elves love romantic. The elf clubs I know of are members only due to creepy groupies, like you. Not really appealing when a guy's only after them for the shape of their ears. Client screwed me. Benno is a fraud. I broke my first rule. Always get full payment up front. Left me hanging for 50% of the cash I completed the job. After I completed the job. I'm sure he'll have changed his name by the time this posting goes up. Male elf, brown hair, gold eyes. Look to be in his mid-30s. Be careful who you work for out there. I never thought I'd see you admit to a mistake on here. Thanks for the heads up. Keep my eyes open. We'll forward any info I come across if you're still looking to collect from the guy. Ari, pro shot. Sent you some surveillance footage. Is this your man? Oh, that's Blitz. Sure is. Nice one. I'll split the take with you if this lead pans out. Good to find there's still some honor among runners. Ah, so that's what he was doing. Right, and I don't think we have any pay data. Yeah, no. Alright, that should be it. Now we talk to the big guy himself. Paul Ansel. Ansel's expression is harder than you've seen before. When he speaks, his voice is grim. Iger has told me of Green Winter's death. She said that he died in the same manner that Monica did. It wasn't a pretty sight. Ansel nods gravely. I know that you and Iger have had your differences, and will tell you that she was badly shaken by the sight of Winter's body. She also mentioned that you found something in Winter's safe, a package full of very old discs. May I see them? Of course. Good God. Gingerly, Ansel lifts a disc from the bundle and holds it up to the light. Slowly begins to turn his hand, causing a rainbow patterns to shimmer across its surface. I haven't seen one of these since I was a boy. This is a DVD/RW, read-write, a data storage medium for the mid-2000s. I'm amazed that Winter was able to find a device that could play it. Do you know how we can read these things? He puts down the DVD in his hands and quickly inspects the others. The first disc that I looked at might be readable, the others are damaged, some severely so. I have my doubts about them. For now, let's concentrate on the undamaged disc. There's a little shop outside Data Haven. Talk to the proprietor, Malit Hollier. She might be able to help. Tell her to put the cost of the device on my account. I'm on it. Oh, also, something I forgot. I did go ahead and spend most of the karma we got last episode. I put it into, let's see, we had 13. Put it into rifles for the full auto. I also invested in intelligence and biotech because there is a level 3 biotech skill check that we can take on. I decided to hold on to the rest so that we can later invest in charisma and get more etiquettes. And not sure if I fully explained it, but it's not 1 point of karma for each level. That number right next to it, that's not just its level, it's also how much karma you have to spend. So, this ranged combat would cost 4 karma to level up. Just letting you know if I forgot to explain that in the first video. Might have, I might not have, who knows. Okay, let's talk to her. Welcome back. What can I do for you? First things first, if you took the broken drone from this vault, which you should have, this is where you need to take it. I acquired this drone. Can you get it up and running again? Yeah, probably. Might take a bit of doing, though. I love working on these old corp drones. Can't make you any guarantees, but either way, it's on the house. I'll leave it in your hands. I'll start on it right now. See you later. Yeah, hang on a sec. There was something else that I wanted to talk to you about, or with you about. Yeah, go on then. I'm listening. I'm looking for something that can play back a DVD-RW. Really? That's old tech. Very old. In fact, just a moment, I will go look. She starts to rummage through a bin of obsolete components at the back of her stall. Ah, yes. Here we are. The dwarf wrestles a mid-sized flat-screen display out of the bin. This display has old enough hookups to connect a DVD player. RCA, you know, vintage. The player itself, though, this I do not have. You may wish to try your luck down at the junkyard. There is a scavenger there, a primitive man with a crude disposition. If anyone here in the Kreuzbazaar can help you find your DVD player, he can. He will almost certainly attempt to overcharge you for it. She takes a deep breath and smiles up at you. But you are not here for gossip. Shall we conclude our business? I could give you the display for, say, 200 Nuyen. Paul Ansel set to charge it to his account. Ah, very well. I will have it packaged up and delivered to Herr Ansel straight away. Best of luck finding your DVD reader. I wish you well. Okay, then. Well, before we go talk to that guy, let's go around and talk to the people of the Kreuzbazaar. Most of the merchants won't really have anything to say to you. They do, on occasion, offer side quests, except for the magic shop. I don't recall them ever doing that. So it doesn't hurt to talk to them. The old troll putters about, his artificial joints complaining loudly. He seems heavier today than when you first met, and he takes your approach as a reason to seat himself and rest. I understand they put you in charge of Monica's outfit. Looks like we're both carrying heavy burdens. Ha, I suppose so. Well, we'll see what gives out first. Your will or my plastic knees? Need something from me? How are people handling the loss of Monica? I think most people are still in shock, but just you wait. That'll pass, and then the panic sets in. Few folks have any real discipline around here. Monica kept them calm by keeping them safe. Now that she's gone, they're going to start realizing what a heap of misery this blasted city can be. You don't seem too worried, though. Already died once. Every day since is just a bonus. A tired, painful bonus. Really doesn't matter that much to me, but to the rest, it's going to be a different story. Monica kept this place in one piece. She read the flux like a bird reads the wind or a fish reads the current. Without her, there's no telling what's going to happen. Anything else you want to job out? Let's talk a little more about you. Let me guess, you want to know how I lost the legs? Biotech of 3, those prosthetics are antiques. And not like your modern cyberware, that's for sure. But few better options at the time. Lost the legs during the First Euro War, if you must know, in a bombing. Now, you need something else from me? Nope, didn't mean to bother you. That's pretty much it. It's flavor text, but I thought it might be good to get to know the guy. Let's see. Simmi. I believe we can talk to her. There's also this bar that's opened up. It's a wine bar. Girl with the chip in her head. It stands with her eyes closed, rocking back and forth. She looks so frail that a light breeze might knock her over, but she somehow stays on her feet. Whether by coincidence or some kind of preternatural junkie awareness, she opens her eyes when you come near. I know you. Yeah, I'm Talia. Pleased to meet you, Miss Kim, which leads to Kimmy, which leads to Simmi. Simmi Kim is what most people call me. They think I don't know why, but I do. Monica explained. How do you feel about Monica's death? Kim hugs her arms close to her body. Sad. She never got to have a family. She'll never get married, never be a mother. She was a mother to the whole Kreuzbazar. Kim nods her head almost dumbly, her eyes unfocused on the ground. Monica said a mother is always a mother. Always. She hugs herself tighter and stares blankly at the ground. So what have you been up to? The girl absently fingers the chipjack in her temple. I wanted to escape with the children and the captain. We had to get away from the soldiers. Out of Austria. And it was wrong. All wrong. I was taking them over the mountains, but it was the wrong way. I know it was. It would not have taken us straight into Germany, not Switzerland. We should have taken a train, gone to Italy. There we would have been safe. I didn't want it to end badly, so I turned it off. Zach sold me something new. In it, I feel strong. I have a son, and he is destined to save the world. I have to protect him because the machines have come back to kill him before he can become a man. Terminator. I won't let it happen, because in there, I am strong. Though Kim's words are bold, her trembling voice and body betray someone aching for a fix. I'll catch up with you another time. Nope. I believe there's somebody we can talk to down here that we're probably not gonna like. Yep, Lucky Strike. Der Weinkeller, or the Wine Cellar. I believe this person's the only one we can talk to. The young woman stands at the bar smoking a cigarette. You've seen her face before. Lucky Strike, one of the mercenaries from Monica's files. A plume of blue-gray smoke spills from the corner of her mouth as she turns her attention to you. Hey. The distinctive circuit pattern tattoos that line her face shimmer and pulse with light. Need something? Don't believe we've met. I'm Talia. Yeah, I know who you are. She takes a drag on her cigarette. How you holding up, champ? I heard what happened to your boss. She wasn't just a boss. She was a friend. She smirks, then lets the smoke escape from the corner of her mouth. Yeah, well, sorry for your loss and all that. A lot of people are still torn up about it. So, you need something? Or are you just going to stand there staring? Why bring her up? Did you know her? I met her a couple of times. Seemed nice enough. But I mostly knew her by reputation. Can't live in the Kies without hearing about the Queen of the Kreuzbazar. She pauses, then slowly lets the smoke escape through her nostrils. Can't say that I was a fan. Whoa there. Monica didn't control the Kreuzbazar. Didn't she? She locks eyes with you. Then why did the place start falling apart the second that she got geeked? She takes another drag on her cigarette. The smoke spills out of her mouth as she speaks. Either Monica controlled the Christ Bazaar, or she had her fingers in so many pies that she may as well have. Comes out to the same thing either way. Lucky Strike taps out her cigarette and leans forward to you. Toward you. Predatory grin on her face. You and your friends? You followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders without question, right? Not without question. There were debates. And at the end of those debates, Monica would put her foot down and you'd wind up doing whatever she said, right? She smirks at you. Don't bother answering. It was a rhetorical question. For such a rabid anarchist, your friends seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Kind of a contradiction in terms, don't you think? No, I don't. And I don't think that you know a damn thing about who Monica really was. She shrugs. Fair enough. You're probably right. I didn't know her like you do. I'm sure that she was a lovely person. All I really know is that your friend's death left a power vacuum, and that the Kreuz Bazaar is less stable because of it. Yeah, like I said, we're more than likely not going to like her. Though I believe you can actually get her to join your team on occasion. Aren't too many other people to talk to. We can hand over the drug formula to Zach Flash. No, you can't convince him to stop. Oh, we can do the biotech to examine his ears. The scars are subtle, but to your trained eye they stand out as though they were drawn on with red ink. It appears that Zach's ears have been surgically cut, folded, and stitched back together again. The implication is clear. Zach Flash is not an elf, but a human who had cheap plastic surgery to try to make himself look like one. You've heard of elf posers before, but you've never seen one in Germany until now. You know, cosmetic autoplasty has come a long way in recent years. You could probably stand to have those ears touched up. Surgical scars are hard to miss. All at once, the smile vanishes from Zach's face. A bead of sweat traces down his cheek. Look, you can't tell anyone about this, alright? The I'm a magic elf shtick boosts my sales. Yeah, your secret's safe with me. You're not gonna try and to extort money out of me or blackmail me for nitro or anything? It doesn't make sense. It's cool, Zach. You got nothing to worry about from me. Well, thanks, pal. Thank you so much. He rummages in his pocket, in the pockets of his filthy jacket and fishes out a vial. Here, dose of Flash, on the house. Let's see, adds +2 movement and +2 AP for 1 round. Send it to the stash. Let's see, hey, I've got a formula for a combat stim. Can you produce something like that? Oh, you know I'm your man. I can hook you up right now. Nah, I changed my mind. Okay. Then we're going to talk to the doctor at the triage clinic, because we can actually hand over, I believe, that hyper-injector schematic to him. I found this schematic. Think you can hook me up with this chrome? Very nice. The design appears to be simple enough. Yes, I should be able to provide you with this. It won't be cheap, though. Let's see, auto-injector for hyper. Auto-injector, here we are. When triggered, accuracy is increased by 6% and incoming damage is increased by 3. For 3 rounds of combat. Ooh. I don't think the damage increase is worth the 6% accuracy. Maybe if it was 10 or 15? But no. But anyways, yeah, I do recommend talking to most of the vendors around here. And most of the people. Let's see, welcome back. Da-da-da-da-da. No, nothing? Then you come with money. Actually, this is a guy I should probably be paying attention to. Like, a lot. See, I already got that. Weapons. Weapons. Let's see, that's an SMG, shotgun, sniper rifle. Let's see. I don't think the 1 point of damage is really worth the cost, so I'm gonna pass. Alright, let's talk to Shradha, and then on the way back we'll head up to the cafe. The stout old man looks up from whatever old tech he's tinkering with to squint at you through thick, old-fashioned glasses. He pushes them up with an oil-stained finger as he straightens up to nod at you. He speaks with a gruff but well-meaning tone, heavily accented with a German tonality. Guten Tag, what can I do for you? Malik tells me you're the man to speak to about DVDs. That little shrew sent you my way, huh? Shradha's smile broadens. Wonders never cease. Well, introductions are in order, I suppose. Shradha Buckman, at your service. The old man raises a grimy hand in salute. Need something salvaged? Some old components? Vielleicht? Vielleicht? I'm pretty sure that's German for perhaps. I'm indeed your man. Wonderful. How about that DVD player? Well, let's see. I think I've got something that'll work for you. Shradha rummages through the junk heaped on the table behind him. A few seconds later, he snatches a battered plastic lozenge shape from the pile. Ah, here we go. An old Korean player that I dug up last week. 2010 model. Real beauty. Shradha's smile broadens and he gives you a conspiratorial wink. Fixed her up and got her running, but without any discs to read, I've mostly been using her as a paperweight. Sounds like what I'm looking for. How much do you want for it? He glances back at the DVD player, a rueful expression on his face. She warned us about this. Well, I admit, I'm a little loath to part with her. There are plenty of folks out there who'd really appreciate an old player such as this, and I don't know what your intentions are for it. I suppose the time and trouble I took putting her back together, that I'd be willing to part with her for, oh, say, Shradha's eyes dart over your gear and calculate a calculated expression on his face. About 500 Nuyen? Let's see. With a strength of 4, you can convince him to hand over. But I'm not that kind of person. That's ridiculous. I could buy a new Trivid player for that. Yeah, but you can get one of those anywhere. You ain't gonna find another of these anytime soon. It's not like I get offers to buy these every day, so I'll cut you a deal. How's 350 sound? With a charisma of 3, you can cut it down. Have that and you've got yourself a deal. I'm not over fond of your tone, but it's not every day I even get asked to sell any of my projects. That'll be 175 Nuyen, if you please. Here you go. Shradha gingerly picks up the ancient device from the table and presses it into your hands. Plastic is scuffed and worn, and it rattles a bit when you move it. Give her some good use, okay? Oh, trust me, we will. Now then, that kid we talked to at the beginning, he's not going to have anything new to say. The dancer, he's just tossing money into her pack. There is Comi, however, who is outside the shop for once. Yeah, nothing to hear from him. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Comi. Are you looking for something? Well, who you are, for one thing. I'm Altug's ears and hands outside the cafe. Call me Comi. I wear a couple hats. A barista, a gopher, keep my eyes and ears open. Let's just say I get on by trading goods. So I can count on you to hear what's going on. Like I said, only if you've got something juicy for me. Or if Altug wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I may be his ears and hands, but he's got enough of a voice all by himself. Doesn't seem to be afraid to use it either. Not in the slightest. Since you've just moved here, I have some advice. If you haven't guessed already, he's got fingers in a lot of pies. I've seen what happens when he doesn't approve of someone or something. Pissing him off can't be worth it. And at the very least, you won't be able to get good coffee in this town again. So what's the story between you and Altug? Oh, surely you guessed. Wow, isn't he a little old for you? She whoops loudly and pats you on the shoulder. Oh, goodness, no. Listen, it's not like that. I'll tell you all about it sometime, but there's no need to worry about the nature of our relationship. Purely business, I assure you. She winks again, chuckling still. I'll tell you all about it sometime. Right now, though, I have some errands to run. Come over sometime and we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? She lazily tips an invisible hat to you before turning her focus to a comm at her wrist. And with the little time we've got left, let's go see Altug. I don't think he really has anything to say. See, I have information regarding that matter my people were looking into, Effendim. Ah! The one involving the surveillance device on my data tap. Altug, I've been waiting for my coffee for nearly an hour already. Are you growing the beans out back? Coffee vendor shouts. Can't you see that I am speaking to an honored guest? You tower of quivering corpulence. His voice lowers again. Now then, as I was saying, we were fortunate that you happened upon the surveillance tap when you did. The people on the other end were planning a very bad thing, to be sure. Very bad thing. Quite bad, yes. Monica Schaefer was an important member of this community. More than most were aware of, this Chiez was under her protection. You know how it is in the Flux Effendum. The governance of a place like this is tenuous at best. You never know who is going to be in charge from one day to the next. But Monaco was a stabilizing force, and not just because she was dangerous. She was smart and funny and wise, and she had a way with people. They wanted to support her, to follow her, because they loved her. When she was killed, it left an opening for others. It would have meant bloodshed and pain, if this council had been allowed to continue their plan. But they did not. We saw to it, you and I. Indeed we did, Altug. The Croix Bazaar will remain its stability a while longer, thanks to us, my friend. Now then, what can I do for you, Effendum? Would you like some coffee, perhaps? Coffee, as in real coffee, not soy calf? Yes, for individuals of refined taste. I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top-shelf item, my friend. Not for the general public, only for those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee. It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the Sixth World. This was considered a luxury even before the Awakening, and bean coffee was everywhere. Every street corner, they say. Barakgazi leans in, lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop had perfumed his body with the commingling scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf. You must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. Alright, you sold me. How much? This is a specialty item, delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for less than 50 nuyen a cup. Deal. Very good. Barakgazi hands you a ceramic travel cup, which he then fills to the brim with dark, steaming liquid. The scent is intoxicating. Is there anything else I can get for you? Just killing time for now. Alright, well, unfortunately with that, we are out of time for this episode. In the next, we will be taking care of those DVDs. And I've also got to look up what that Turkish coffee is for, because apparently it's a mission item. Ah well. Anyways, with that, I'm going to end it off here for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play, which is still in the same place as it was last week. 3 votes. 1 for each except for Yakuza 0. And please leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.